G'day beauties, Simon, New Earth Forest. Today I want to talk with you about the spiritual trap of surrender. All the great spiritual teachings tell us to surrender to what is. And there's a lot of truth in that. Because after all, if something is, what's the point in fighting it? If something is, what's the point in complaining? If something is, what's the point in pretending it's not there? And so acceptance and surrender are at the foundation of the spiritual path. But it doesn't mean you put up with shit. And there's the trap. Oftentimes, surrender is used as a bypass to stand for what's right, to speak up to what you believe in, to say, oh, I'll just put up with it because I'm surrendering and that feels good because then I don't have to take responsibility. Now, to understand that surrender is a feminine quality and we live in a masculine-dominated world. So it makes sense that we got to bring in more surrender into our life. But once you've built the foundation of surrender, it becomes vital to bring in the masculine warrior that starts protecting the sacred. Protecting the sacred means to protect your own heart. Let's say, for example, you spend time with a person and you're attracted to them and it's exciting, but they continuously make you feel bad. And every time you feel that and you work through more layers and you think, like, oh, yes, they're treating me badly and this hurts, but we'll get there because I'm growing from it. There comes a point in time where you have to recognize that this is an unhealthy relationship. And no matter how much I surrender to them, my inner child is hurting. And instead of continuously putting up with that and re-traumatizing my inner child or my inner woman, maybe it's time to say, no, enough is enough. Maybe I can use this painful relationship not to just surrender to being abused, but to speak up and say, I will no longer put up with this. In other words, that's when that relationship brings you back to self-love. It's very important. I know we live in a world where the masculine, the action has done a lot of damage and we're recovering from that. But don't put that warrior part of you completely aside. So my suggestion is don't fall into the trap using surrender as a bypass. But surrender is important. Accept, allow, and once you check those boxes, see where you need to take action, see where you can try to change things, see where you can love yourself deeper, see where you can allow all of this polarity to recognize how beautiful you really are, how perfect you really are. The way to do this is to communicate with your own heart and trust your heart. If your heart hurts, you're not being triggered and it's something you just have to work through. Your heart is actually giving you a warning sign like this is not right. But if your mind is full of fears and full of inhibitions, that's something you can work with. See, triggers happen in the mind, but the heart leads the way. I hope this helps, and I'll see you very soon.